And welcome back to more Super Mario Sunshine! So last time, we completed the final major episodes of Gelato Beach. So this time, we're heading to a new area. So the next one in order is the level entrance on top of this roof. So if you have not cleared the way already, you will need a Yoshi to eat the pineapple blocking this warp pipe. We've already taken care of that, so all that's left to do is jump inside. Sirena Beach, Episode 1, The Manta Storm. So, a few things worth noting. You can see Peanut Park from here, and vice versa. When we were standing on top of the Ferris wheel, you could see a hotel, but there's no hotel here anymore. There's a lot of graffiti though, and this type of graffiti is way more dangerous. It's electrified and hurts Mario on contact, so be very careful. With that out of the way, let's see what the heck is going on over here. Oh, please tell me my nightmare is over, you can save me. I don't know why, but you just look very capable to me. Listen, it all started around noon. This giant, manta-shaped thing showed up. It was this paper-thin, floating silhouette. It came and covered the hotel grounds in this electric goop. Then, oh the horror, my beautiful hotel, my poor building. It sank in the middle of that awful ooze. Why me? Why? Now I've got the staff cleaning up, but where's my hotel? What am I supposed to do? I can't just sit back and... Ah, it's back! That Gossamer Ghoul, do something! So the Manta leaves a trail of electric goop behind it, and takes damage from water, as usual. So let's just try to hit it with as much water as possible to see what happens. Spraying it with water causes it to divide. So instead of one really big manta, it's now two smaller mantas. So if we keep attacking it, it will gradually keep splitting into more and more smaller mantas. I feel like this level is kinda cool, but also a little bit frustrating. The amount of graffiti to avoid and the mantas doing knockback damage can be pretty frustrating at times. My advice would be to spin jump and use F.L.U.D. like so, but also be very careful about where you're landing, because if you land on a manta or the goop, you will take damage. There are coins under those huts that will restore your health. Also, hovering is a good way to fight the mantas as well. They're dividing into smaller units. Once there are a lot of really small mantas, that's when things get a little bit dangerous, because they're really fast and great in number. So yeah, this level's kind of stressful. I remember when I first played the game, oh, now they're all after you, beware. I remember when I first played the game, I feel like this was fairly stressful and a little bit frustrating and difficult, but nowadays I actually don't think it's too bad. It's definitely very tricky. A lot of Sunshine in general has a pretty high learning curve, and thus, again, it's kind of hard for me to gauge how much of it's just I'm really used to how this game plays versus how much of this is actually that easy or difficult. And this is definitely a case where I think this is genuinely a fairly difficult stage that I've just played so many times that I don't really have a problem with anymore. I feel like this is probably one of the games I'm most confident in my ability to play well. Because I've been playing this game for so many years of my life, I feel like I've just kind of mastered a lot of the finesse and kind of overcome a lot of the common issues that people have with it just through muscle memory at this point. That doesn't mean that the problems aren't there, it's just I'm really used to how the problems work, and thus know how to get around them. This should be the last Manta, by the way. And with that, the hotel is safe, for now at least. We'll have to check back in later to see how things are going, though. So the outside of the hotel is safe, but what about the inside? Episode 2, The Hotel Lobby's Secret. Even though the hotel's back to normal, at least as far as we can tell at the moment, no one is being allowed back inside though, so something is clearly still, going wrong. Hey, it's Mario, right? Yeah, Mario. Listen, I, have a feeling you can help me out again. See, the hotel, it's full of ghosts. So, well, could you maybe... Look, just come inside, please. I can tell you're a miracle worker, don't be so modest. Yeah, that's a few ghosts. So the boos, behave differently depending on their color. So the white boos are your standard variety boo. Basically, they will turn invisible. I feel like they don't turn invisible when Mario faces them in this game, so that's a little bit different than other games. The pink boos, on the other hand, will turn into platforms when sprayed with water. So what you're supposed to do is use the boos as platforms to make your way up, because the actual staircases are blocked with various shutters. However, we're not really going to use the boos that much. Instead, we're going to rely on triple jumps and wall jumps. Like so. That was actually really smooth. Sometimes that takes me a few attempts because I'm not really the best at wall jumps in this game, but there's now an ominous boo statue with a warp inside its mouth. So out of the secret levels we've seen so far, this is probably the one that gives me the most trouble. There are a couple later on that give me even more trouble than this one, but we might die in this, or at the very least might struggle a little bit because there are a few tricky parts. So this is actually one of the tricky parts, trying to make those jumps, trying to time the bounces off the enemies in order to make it over here, because we don't have F.L.U.D, and thus we really can't jump as well. Hypothetically, you could spin jump and dive to make it across, but I didn't really want to take that chance. Here we have a bunch of sand blocks, and a little bit more precarious platforming. Case in point, this level is kind of mean. I do like this secret though. There's only one really big, glaring problem I have with it, which we'll see a little bit later on. For the most part, I actually think this is pretty fun. So let's try it. That wasn't what I was trying to do, but it worked, so I'll take it. Overall, I actually am happy with how this playthrough is going so far. With how rough this game can be, we've made it through some of the really tough stages really fast, actually. Mainly like the Watermelon Festival and the rockets. The rocket roller coaster one went surprisingly smoothly, so I am kind of amazed at how things are going. Again, part of me thinks later stages will go horribly awry just because I've used up all my good luck for this playthrough. This is a good example of that because this gear, I feel like the physics are a little bit weird. Like, I don't quite understand how the physics work, so I'm jumping off it as soon as possible. I'd rather deal with sand blocks than that gear. I was trying to spin jump, but that worked. Alright, the ghost problem is dealt with, so let's see how the hotel is doing now. Episode 3, Mysterious Hotel Delfino. So there aren't as many angry Piantas standing outside, so that's a good start. There are still some Nokis and Piantas around though. Not everyone has gone back inside, but it seems things have calmed down considerably. Ah, dear Mario, please come right in. Do I sense some reluctance? Come now, don't dawdle. Alright, so we have a Yoshi over there who wants a pineapple. But this little fruit stand doesn't sell pineapples. Can I actually jump up here? I actually want to pick up one of these fruits, please. Game, please. There we go. So the Shine Sprite for episode 3 is on the 3rd floor. So let's make our way over here. Now that the shutters are gone, it's much easier to get over here. And the Shine Sprite is in the pool. So there's actually a speedrunning trick. I'm not going to get this, I guarantee it, but I want to show it off anyway. So if you backflip by holding Z, R, and press B, and then throw the banana properly, you can actually clip into the pool. But I'm really bad at this trick, so we're going to take this the slower way, the intended path. So we have this little painting here that reveals a boo. Now we can jump through it. Over here we have a boo disguised as a coin, and we have these shutters that, wow, first try, that was actually really good. We have this pool with a pink boo, so even though the majority of the ghosts are gone, there's still quite a lot of hauntings going on here. We have another little poster with a boo that reveals a hidden room. We'll be back here a little bit later for the blue coin. Once we ground pound here, we have a large boo there, but in one of these crates we should have the pineapple we're searching for. When you know what you're doing, this level goes by really quickly. So now we have Yoshi. So now we can actually eat those giant ghosts whenever we see them. But the question remains, how do we get to the pool? So if we look over here, inside the pool room, there is a pianta blocking the entrance, so we actually have to approach from that hole in the ceiling. So this door is open. By the way, most doors cannot be entered, so if you try to interact with them, Mario just will give up. So we have to basically use this open room in order to get to the attic. So now that we're in the... Okay. Now that we're in the attic, we need to make our way over to where the pool entrance would be in terms of the position relative through the attic. So we have to eat these ghosts, like so. By the way, this Yoshi will always want a pineapple, basically, so you can't, like, break the level and have a way to skip most of this. There we go. Yoshi kind of got stuck there, but we managed to get out of that situation, thankfully. So over here, this should be the right entrance. Just ground pound this cracked tile. And there we go, we're in the pool. Hey you, no one in the pool without proper swimwear! Well, about that, I guess we're in here now, so I guess he can't stop us, but now we have our Shine Sprite. Now, the next Shine Sprite is another luck-based one, so I think we'll save that for another time. For now, we are going to spend a little bit more time in Delfino Plaza, because there are a few more Shine Sprites we can get here, including, this one. There's a bell tower with some graffiti on it, so, let's clean up this one. We already cleaned up the opposite bell tower on the other side, but this one, we basically need the rocket nozzle to collect the Shine Sprite because it's going to appear high up in the sky, so instead of being able to use the sewer tunnel to get inside the bell tower, we actually need to propel ourselves upwards for this one. Again, I'm not sure exactly the fastest way to clean this because it feels kind of random if it actually will work or not. Okay, so this is tricky. Let's jump and rocket up to this rooftop, like so. If you rocket straight from the ledge, you will hit your head on the top of the building, so that's why I jump away from the building first. And I think we still have time for one more. We're going to worry about the Shine Gate a little bit later, but there's still one more we can get besides that with the rocket nozzle. So, I pointed this out a long time ago when the lighthouse was submerged. There was this little weird object floating above it. So let's take care of that. So to break this stone, we have to ground pound, but from a really high distance. So let's rocket up and ground pound. And yet again, it's very high up in the air, so let's just launch ourselves up. So next time, we are going to continue exploring the Hotel Delfino. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Super Mario Sunshine.